The Sixth Great Transition When Speed Breaks Humans by Kevin Benedict. Leadership today doesn't just feel harder. It feels faster than we can think and heavier than we can carry. Leaders are under constant pressure now, not just to decide quickly, but to understand more, explain more, and do it sooner than feels humanly possible. You're expected to have answers immediately, to speak fluently about things you barely had time to read about, to integrate new information faster than you can extract meaning from the old. Beneath all of this is a familiar fear. What if I'm falling behind? What if the world is accelerating faster than my ability to stay relevant? What if my experience is becoming obsolete? If you felt this pressure, you're not weak, you're human. What you're experiencing is human capacity being exceeded, not because you lack intelligence or skill, but because the systems you operate inside no longer respect human limits. Most leaders respond predictably to the situation. They read more, they skim faster, they compress calendars, they stay permanently connected to the news. At first, this feels adaptive, then something snaps. You consume more information than ever, yet still fall behind. You are exposed to more ideas than ever, yet rarely have time to think. You are expected to project certainty, while internally you are unsure whether you are even solving the right problem. This is not a personal failure, it's a structural one. Leadership hasn't just become harder, it has become objectively harder. To understand why, we need to name the moment we are in. This is not a cycle. It is not a temporary disruption. It is a historic transition. We call it the Sixth Great Transition. Human history has experienced only a handful of these moments, points where civilization fundamentally changed how it operates. Agriculture reorganized society around land and seasons. Industrialization reorganized it around machines, factories, standards, and processes. Electricity and mass production reshaped time and scale. The digital revolution rewired information, coordination, and speed. Each transition expanded human capability and then forced societies to redesign themselves to survive what they had just created. The Sixth Great Transition is different in one decisive way. For the first time in history, our systems, our machines are accelerating faster than human judgment, and we can't keep up. They are faster than judgment, faster than meaning-making, faster than ethical reasoning, faster than responsibility-bearing decision-making. This transition is not defined by a single technology. It is defined by a collision between machine speed decision systems, global corporate and economic scale, real-time information and constant verification, geopolitical instability, ecological limits, infinite amount of data, and shrinking time for leaders to understand how to lead. Now, previous transitions unfolded over long periods of time, generations, even centuries. This one today compresses adaptation into years, months, weeks. And humans do not compress well. Our nervous systems do not scale with speed. Our trust systems do not update in real time. Our capacity to absorb change is finite. That brings us to the defining constraint of the future. For most of modern history, the constraint was capital, labor, or technology. That is no longer true. The binding constraint now is human capacity. Human capacity is the finite ability of people to absorb change, make sense of complexity, carry responsibility, sustain trust, and remain psychologically intact under this pressure. When systems exceed human capacity, they do not fail immediately, but they start to degrade. At the system level, urgency replaces understanding, automation replaces responsibility, and output replaces meaning. At the human level, judgment is withdrawn, questioning stops, compliance replaces commitment. The system may continue to perform, but it does so by consuming the very humans inside it. This is not sustainable. This is the leadership problem of our time. Not a skills gap, not a data gap, not an innovation gap, a capacity preservation problem. This is where polyintelligence becomes necessary. Polyintelligence is not a philosophy or a slogan. It is a leadership operating model designed for this sixth great transition. It starts with a simple recognition. No single form of intelligence, human or machine, can safely govern systems operating at today's speed, scale, and consequence. Polyintelligence deliberately combines multiple sources of intelligences, each used for what it does best, so that speed does not destroy judgment and scale does not erase responsibility. Machine intelligence senses, calculates, and surfaces patterns at speed no human could ever match. It excels at monitoring, forecasting, and optimization 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. But machine intelligence cannot carry moral responsibility, cannot own consequences. It cannot decide what should happen. That role belongs to us, our human intelligence. Human intelligence judges under uncertainty. It weighs trade-offs, interprets meaning, and takes responsibility when outcomes cannot be undone. This is where ethics, legitimacy, and accountability live. But humans cannot match machine speed or volume, which is why a third intelligence is required: ecological intelligence. It imposes constraints on us. It represents human limits, social limits, environmental limits, and systemic limits. It answers the questions machines will never ask on their own. Just because we can, should we? Just because it's fast, is it safe? Just because it's profitable, is it sustainable? Polyintelligence works only when these three intelligences are intentionally braided together for strength. Machines sense and surface, humans judge and decide. Constraints, ecological constraints, protect viability. Remove any one of them and the system destabilizes. When machines dominate alone, systems outrun responsibility. When humans carry everything alone, leaders burn out. When limits are ignored, collapse is guaranteed. The purpose of polyintelligence is singular: to preserve human capacity inside accelerating systems. Not to slow progress, but to make it survivable for humans. History reminds us what this looks like. During the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, systems demanded escalation. Technology made annihilation possible. What prevented global catastrophe was not better data. It was the humans, the human restraint. The leaders paused. They contemplated, they judged, they owned the consequences. That pause was not weakness, it was leadership, which brings us to the defining role of leadership now. Leaders are no longer just decision makers. They are stewards of human capacity. They are stewards of coherence, which is the shared ability to understand what is happening, why it matters, and how actions connect to a larger whole. We're stewards of agency, the human sense that judgment is permitted and responsibility has not been reduced to blind compliance. Stewards of belonging, the feeling that people are valued participants, not interchangeable components. Stewards of fairness, the lived experience that rules, risk, and consequences are applied consistently and humanly. Stewards of meaning, the ability to understand not just what is being done, but why it matters. Stewards of transformational energy, the finite human capacity to absorb change, adapt, and reorient without exhaustion or withdrawal. Stewards of identity, the continuity of who people believe they are, even as roles and systems change. These cannot be automated, they cannot be accelerated, they cannot be outsourced. The future does not need leaders who are faster. It needs leaders who recognize when speed itself has become the risk. and who are willing to protect the human capacity that makes judgment, legitimacy, and survival possible. If you do that, you won't just survive the sixth great transition, you'll make it governable.